Well, it's a very big week for Anglo American Platinum. It'll begin to trade on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange under a brand new name, Valterra Platinum. The proposed name change of Anglo American Platinum Limited to Valterra Platinum Limited was approved by shareholders at the annual general meeting of the company. The special resolution for the name of, or the change of name, was accepted and placed on file by the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission. Anglo American announced plans to demerge Amplats in May last year as part of a simplification strategy aimed at focusing on its copper, iron ore and minerals fertiliser assets. Well, to discuss this matter further, we are joined in studio by the Chairperson of the Board of Anglo American Platinum, soon to be Valterra Platinum, Norman Mbazima. Good to have you, sir. Thank you very, very much for coming in.
Thank you, Leanne. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's certainly a very big week for you and for the company. I mean, the group Anglo American has been a long player in the mining sector. I mean, when we think mining, we think Anglo American. Give us a brief history of Anglo American Platinum, though.
You know, platinum was found by Hans Vereski ages ago here, and our company has been on this stock exchange, for example, for 30 years, for over 30 years. And we've grown and grown and grown and become, most of that time, we've been a subsidiary of Anglo American, and we've gained a lot of help from them during that period. And so, that story continues going forward now.
Yeah, it does, but with a different name. And,
yes.
And that's what's happening. There's the demerger of Anglo American Platinum into Valterra Platinum. Why was this decision taken? And perhaps in your answer, you can also talk to us about what this means for the global mining landscape as well.
The Anglo American group has been evolving over time. And from time to time, they look at their strategy and say, how do we want to evolve going forward? 12 months ago, they decided that they wanted to concentrate, as you said in your introduction, on copper, on iron ore, and also on fertilizers. And therefore, there was disposals of the other minerals that they were in, including platinum. And so over the time, we've come, over the last 12 months of work, extremely hard to make sure that that happens, both from the Anglo-American point of view and the Anglo-American Platinum point of view. Yeah. And we're very excited that we can become an independent company going forward from the end of this month.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I know we're going to be there tomorrow to witness this big occasion happening as well, which will be broadcasting live, by the way, from the JSE tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that one. But in 2024, Anglo signaled the end of this era and announced that it was going to scale back on the platinum side of the business and the platinum holdings in South Africa following its exit from coal in 2021 and 2022. What's the purpose behind this? Why? Why the decision?
The decision is to streamline on their strategy going forward. I'm very pleased to say that the decision wasn't that there was anything wrong with the platinum business, because it's a very robust business with an exciting future. The decision was in order to follow a strategy which simplifies their business and enables valuations of that business to be easily analyzed by analysts and therefore followed by shareholders.
Yeah. And in terms of the communities that are involved in all of this, in the platinum mining, talk to us about them and what's going to happen when this actually does take place, which already it is happening, but how has it impacted them?
The communities for us are extremely important. We mine on their land. We are guests to them, and therefore nothing happens to the communities that is like any commitments are not done properly or anything like that. They remain our hosts. We will work with them. We will meet every commitment that we've ever made to them, and we will continue to have an excellent relationship with them going forward. It is very important that the communities and everybody understands that all our commitments remain intact.
Yeah, good, because it's highly important. I know we'll focus a bit more on that one tomorrow, but yeah. The demerger, it's planned to be completed by June already. I mean, April. We're basically there in June already. which is next month, and it comes at a time of maximum uncertainty in the platinum group metals, or the PGM sector, and mining at large, really. So talk to us about Valterra Platinum creating value in this.
We are very bullish about the PGMs and how they will be trading and performing into the future. And therefore, we're very bullish about Valterra Platinum as a result. We see excitement in the way that the cars are developing, and hybrids are still very, very relevant. We see excitement in the hydrogen, the whole hydrogen economy as it evolves. We see excitement in the jewelry business going forward. So for us, it's bullish, and the uncertainty is only temporary as we evolve into the economy of the future.
What's the word to investors? Because, as you say, the uncertainty is always creates a little bit of nervousness.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Exactly, it does. So, I mean, if we look at, the PGM market hasn't changed, and we know that, but perhaps you can talk to us what this demerger means for investors.
So for investors, I will say to them, the first thing to note is that we have a very good management team headed by our CEO, Craig Miller. We have an excellent board that we've been strengthening again with 3 recent members of the board joining, and we have probably another 2 coming in the near future. We have an excellent resource, probably the best resource in the PGM industry. Most of it here in South Africa, but also a resource in Zimbabwe as well that we use. And when you put all that together with what I said about our bullishness of the future outlook for PGMs going forward, I think it's an exciting investment for shareholders.
Yeah. Exciting and an expensive exercise as well, because the cost implications of demerging is not, it's pretty high. What are we looking at?
Yes, the costs are very high. They are mostly related to advisors, because we're going to have a secondary listing on the London Stock Exchange. We needed all the advisors to help us with that. We needed to issue a new prospectus. We needed to change the name. We need all the branding to happen, etc., etc. So a few billion.
Just a few billion.
That's
okay.
right.
Which I'm sure you're hoping to make up very quickly. But I mean, so today is the last day to trade in existing shares on the JSE prior to this name change to Valterra Platinum. And as part of the demerger, it'll also take a secondary listing in London.
That's correct.
Which is another exciting aspect of this. Tell us about your commitments there.
Yeah, what happens when you have a demerger the way that we're having is that our major shareholder, Anglo American, takes the shares that it owns in Anglo American Platinum, or at least some of them, and gives them as a dividend to its own shareholders. And those shareholders then have to decide, do I want to hold this share? What does my mandate tell me to do about shares that are listed on Johannesburg, or shares that are in PGMs, or whatever? And so we want to make sure that all those shareholders have an ability to be able to make up their minds and decide to hold these shares where they can. And listing on the London Stock Exchange ensures that those whose mandates say you must buy shares that are on the London, they'll also be able to continue to hold those shares in Valterra Platinum.
Well, we'll be finding out more about this tomorrow as we join you at the JSE to talk more about it, to witness this occasion. This, of course, here in studio with us was Norman Mbazima. He is the chairman of the board of Anglo American Platinum, soon to be Valterra Platinum, speaking about Amplats beginning a brand new chapter as Valterra Platinum. Thank you for coming in. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you very much.